Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. With that, let's get on up to Jacksonville. Standing by for the call, it's our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans. From the booth, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. And Charles, this AFC South, the only division with 3 teams over 500 a year ago. Now here in 2019, this may be the most wide-open division in the National Football League.
In addition, it's a really improved division because for years, remember, Indianapolis ran this division. Then Houston popped up and they took over. Jacksonville almost went to the Super Bowl just 2 seasons ago. And Tennessee was in the playoffs 2 years ago and almost got back there again last year. You're exactly right. This is a wide-open division. Should be a fun one to watch.
The Jaguars have Josh Lambo out there to get us started. And off we go from Jacksonville. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Coming off a 3-touchdown performance in Week 1, Marcus Mariota bringing out this Tennessee offense. By the way, throwing those 3 touchdown passes against the Browns in Week 1, first time that he's had 3 in a game since 2016, so it's been a while, but he looked pretty sharp.
He certainly did, and remember, he's got Delaney Walker back, fully healthy at tight end, and he played well. They picked A.J. Brown out of Ole Miss in the draft, wanting to add another big-time player outside. And he had 2 receptions of over 40 yards against Cleveland. So he justified that selection right out of the gate. Look, they only had 6 total 40-yard receptions in all of 2018. So that scouting department got on it and really helped out their quarterback.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Offensive starters, here they are. And Delaney Walker, Charles, it's a guy that you and I said we wanted to discuss a bit.
Yeah, and we should, because remember, he came out of college as a wide receiver, so he's one of the early guys to move from a wide receiver position to tight end and still run routes as if he were a wide receiver. An excellent target.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Mariota. And this will be incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage. And we take you through the starting defense for Jacksonville.
Let's get a little bit bigger light shined right here because we're talking about 2 guys. Cornerbacks Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Boye. Maybe the best tandem in the NFL. Both physically able to dominate receivers. They're textbook examples of shutdown corners. Collectively, they allowed only 2 touchdowns the entire 2018 season.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 4th down, here's the AFC Pro Bowl punter the last 2 years. That's Brett Kern to kick it for Tennessee. Back deep for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jacksonville's offense coming out here, a lot of emphasis, a lot of spotlight is going to be put on that quarterback position. Now, Nick Foles out with a collarbone injury, put on IR, so he has to sit a minimum of 8 weeks now. Gardner Minshew did great in his stead, and now they brought in Josh Dobbs from Pittsburgh as well.
So Minshew was 22 of 25, a couple touchdown passes. That's 88%, which is the highest percentage of completions for a first start in NFL history. So that's a great beginning, right? but they went out and helped themselves in terms of insurance with Josh Dobbs, who would become the number 3 quarterback in Pittsburgh. And the dimension he brings to the position, his legs. The ability, if they run it well with Leonard Fournette, if Dobbs does play, sometimes he can go out the back door with a quarterback keeper, and that'll help keep the defense honest on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Adam Humphries deep for the Titans. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and it'll be Titan football. A chance here as Tennessee comes back onto the field to talk about what they did to Cleveland in Week 1. I think that was probably the biggest surprise around the league. Cleveland with all those expectations, but the Titans thumped them 43-13.
And you'll back me up here, right? Did I not tell you prior to this game that Tennessee would beat Cleveland?
You did.
I mean, this is one that I saw coming, but not in this way. I didn't see, what was it, 43-13?
Yeah.
I did not see that, but I thought Tennessee would go into Cleveland and win. This is a team that has the potential to have a top-5 defense and an offense that can be scary with all the weapons that they've added. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This is Dion Lewis now in his 9th NFL season. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They'll stay with Lewis here on 1st down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the second time. For Jacksonville, as they take the field here again on offense, tough start to the season. Not only do you play Kansas City and you lose, you also lose your quarterback, Nick Foles. Now, look, Gardner Minshew came in, did a nice job, but where do they go from here, Charles?
Well, we all know they're going to try and lean heavily on Leonard Fournette running the ball, but you would think every defense would stack the line of scrimmage and see how that works out and then try and dare Gardner Minshew to beat them over the top. So that means that those receivers out wide, they'll have to start making some big-time plays for him. Marquise Lee, D.D. Westbrook, Chris Conley, DJ Chark, they've got to pick up their quarterback, help their offense out until they can get Nick Foles back running things again.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. It doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Key the tight ends.
On the draw, this is Fournette. And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Mariota on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mariota gives to Henry. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down and 4. Mariota throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. TIAA Sharp, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on set. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Allen in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Set. 10 Lobo. It's a party now. It's a party now. Shoot.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down and 4. Minshew looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lee. That one a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Play. I got you, boy. Check. 55 to mark. Ready.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And his throw here is incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, Charles, as we peek back to Week 1, what would you say were the positives for some teams or individuals that you took away?
Well, it started on opening night. Green Bay and their defense. Not necessarily Aaron Rodgers and what they did going into Chicago and winning. Kansas City, they picked right up where they left off with Patrick Mahomes. Explosive on offense. How about Baltimore and Lamar Jackson? He's not just a single-wing tailback, folks. He's a quarterback. And Tennessee, going into Cleveland, Marcus Mariota, Derrick Henry put up 43 points on the Browns.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
I got it. 54, right there. Let's go.
Again, Minshew looking to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Leonard Fournette. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on 2nd down. Minshew. Lee's got it over the middle.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Double tight, guys.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A first down throw for Mariota. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, partner, I want to revisit week 1. I got your positive takeaways from the first week of the NFL season. How about the bad stuff?
Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Super Bowl celebration in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They have to win some games first, and maybe now that's the best thing that could have happened to them. Maybe they can settle in because that's a good roster. Miami, we suspected it was going to be rough. I don't know that we suspected that bad on opening day. Jacksonville, the defense is supposed to carry this team. They got torched by Kansas City. And Pittsburgh just didn't show up against New England. And I don't think we expected that at all because I thought Pittsburgh's defense was really good in the preseason.
The Titans on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Mariota to throw it. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. A Titan first down. Mariota to Walker.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Mariota. And that is incomplete. Well, at some point during this broadcast, we had to bring up the Antonio Brown saga, and that moment is right now. I got to get your thoughts. I got to get you on the record. What do you think of all this?
Well, when you go back to Oakland, and you know about my relationships with the head coach and the general manager there, but putting that aside, one, never would have made the deal for him. I just never saw him as a guy that was going to go from place to place and be the influence that you want in a locker room, and that proved to be true in Oakland. Now he gets a new start, kind of a fresh start, to put it mildly, in New England, and they seem to be all on board with that. But that has to be the one team that can take him because they have a head coach there that if he doesn't do what the head coach wants, he actually will get rid of him. If he went to another team, they would try and continue to make it work, and that might grind down a team in a locker room, but that won't happen in New England. So if he's still there, that means it's working well. Otherwise, he'll be out of there fast.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Let's go.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Ready? Hey, read. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go. Now.
Minshew, 1st and 10. That's out to his running back, Fournette. I call it no gain there on the first down play. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. Tried to drop it in there, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Following the interception here, Mariota. And Davis with it left side. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. From the gun, Mariota. Touchdown, Tennessee!
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, pick it up,
On 2nd down, Minshew. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Incomplete. Intended for James O'Shaughnessy. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Now Minshew. He'll find O'Shaughnessy open left side. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports halftime report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you gotta expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon God.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
60 or 54. And here we go. Watch the pass. Get ready.
Off play action, it's Minshew. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jarrell Casey, his second sack of the night.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Minshew sets to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long. And they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Cameron Wake with a little wake-up call as he gets in there for the sack.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Here's Logan Cook now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That's good for 28 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know they're going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Mariota. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and the Jags grab it. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans' 23.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw. 55 to Mike. I'm coming.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And that will be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The roughing the kicker called on fourth down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. And it's caught. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here's Minshew. And this is caught by Lee. Touchdown, Jacksonville. 2 yards on the touchdown there as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. That time a 6-play drive, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out come the Titans now. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
A second down run with Lewis. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day.
They begin with a run by Fournette, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to let this go deep for Lee. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Logan Cook now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here comes Humphries on the return. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Mariota now from the 50. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphries. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Mariota hands to Henry. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Henry. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Right there, 56. Three bud.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Got to kick it, right? I mean, even the short yardage, you boot this thing, don't you?
Yeah, but I know how aggressive you are. I know what you want. You want to go for it, don't you? You're feeling it, aren't you?
Yeah, but treat it like a football game, not like Madden.
I like that. Fight the temptation, kick the field goal, because if you go for it and don't get it, you put a lot on your defense in a short amount of time.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. Big grip.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw it, Minshew. Throw right side of the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Looking to throw. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Back near his goal line, Mariota out to the right to Humphries. And he'll get this up to right around the 8-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Off play action to Henry. Here's Mariota. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Derrick Henry. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Running jet sweep here, Humphries. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The Titans on 3rd down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run with Henry, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Fielded just inside the 20. 12 yards on the return that time.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
So now the Jags down 13-10, 1:38 to go. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. He's back to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The open man is Westbrook. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Minshew. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. So now let's look at this situation with no timeouts remaining. The offense should be able to just run the clock out.
I know that's what it says on my time management chart up here. And I know a lot of teams are hiring a time management coach who's going to sit in the box, talk to the head coach. And in this situation, if you do anything but take a knee in victory formation, then you're not playing the game right. This game should be over. Take the knee, hold on to the ball.
By the way, so impressive that you do have a time management chart up here.
Listen, you know I can't count. So I need it in a big way, and we can't hire anyone to help us out. So hopefully I'm reading it correctly.
Now Lewis here on 1st down, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The Titans go victory formation down to a knee.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Jacksonville, good night, everybody.